Well, this is the fourth video that I've done on fasting. I think it's number 4 at least. And I want to talk about the myriad reasons we have to fast. You know, the Ninevites, they fasted in sackcloth and ashes, and God stayed his hand of judgment. Good reason to fast. Ezra ate no food and drank no water because he was mourning the unfaithfulness of exiles who had returned to the land but had not returned to the Lord. Esther, remember that? Esther fasted from food and water for 3 days and for 3 nights and begged Jews in the province of Susa to do likewise, to follow her example, and thus they ended up averting the genocidal plot of Haman. Remember Haman? He was the personal advisor to the Persian king Xerxes. And then there was Saul. Saul was 3 days without sight, and he neither ate nor drank. And thereafter, there fell, as it were, from his eyes something like scales. And Saul received his sight once again, and he arose, and then he was baptized. And then there's a church at Antioch. The church at Antioch fasted and prayed as Saul turned Paul and was being set apart for a glorious commission as the apostle to the Gentiles. Fasting has all of this and so much more to commend it to your attention. You know, in the Sermon on the Mount, Jesus places fasting on par with prayer and fasting on par with almsgiving as an act of righteousness, not to be seen by men, but to be seen by your Father who sees what is done in secret. Indeed, prayer and almsgiving and fasting, all three inextricably woven together as one, as the living discipline of fasting fortifies our supplications. In the same way, it opens our hearts to the needs of the poor and the downtrodden around us. I think to a series of sermons in which the revered Cappadocian Father, St. Basil, exhorted us to walk through history, and as we do, to investigate the ancient origins of fasting. This is what he had to say. He said, all the saints have protected it like an inheritance passed down from the fathers. They in turn passed it down like a father passing something down to a child. And so we are the successors of this long line, and this procession has been entrusted to us. Fasting for Basil was no trifling matter. He chided those who appeared to be more eager to pleasure the stomach than provide for the soul. He said, while getting filled up does a favor for the stomach, fasting returns benefits to the soul. Be encouraged, because the doctor has given you a powerful remedy for sin. Strong, powerful medicines can get rid of annoying worms that are living in the bowels of children. Fasting is like that, as it cuts down to the depths, venturing into the soul to kill sin. It is truly fitting to call it by this honorable name of medicine. As Moses, Elijah, and Jesus fasted for 40 days, so the church, from its very earliest days onward, has fasted 40 days in spiritual preparation for the festival of the Lord's resurrection. And during those 40 days, our Lord's words concerning fasting, they remain foremost in our thoughts. Fasting, not for outward appearances. Why? Because hypocrisy is repugnant to the Lord. But when your fasting is attended by purity of heart, you'll be fully rewarded by the Father. Jesus weaves fasting together with prayer and with almsgiving as a three-braided cord connecting us to our Father who is in heaven and to our own flesh and blood who are here on earth. Isaiah 58 has something to say about that. It is not inappropriate, but something that should be impregnated on our minds. Is not this the kind of fasting I have chosen? Chosen to loose the chains of injustice, to untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free and break every yoke? Is it not to share your food with the hungry and to provide the poor wanderer with shelter? When you see the naked, when you see those naked, clothe the naked, and do not turn away from your own flesh and blood. When you fast in such a way, then your prayers will rise up as a sweet-smelling savor. Then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will quickly appear. Then your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry out for help, and he will say, "Here am I." Oh, the genuine love of God will inevitably stimulate a reciprocal love for needy human beings who bear his image and likeness upon the earth. And when that is so, God will infuse you with his uncreated energy. Though your stomach may be empty, your spirit will be fully satisfied. You will experience the life of God springing up within you like a river of living water. Isaiah said, "The Lord will guide you always. He will satisfy your needs in a sun-scorched land. He will strengthen your frame. You will be like a well-watered garden, like a spring whose waters never fail." I think if you're satiated with food and drink, you're also prone to a false sense of self-sufficiency and easily blinded to the needs of those lacking bread and water. But in fasting, we are refashioned as the poor in spirit, illuminated to our dependence on God and to the needs of those fashioned in his image and in his likeness. So as we fast, we're ever more reminded that he is the bread of heaven, and that his body was broken so that we may even now experience the life that is truly life, and in the consummation of all things, an eternal banquet table. I so pray that in some way through these videos, through these conversations I'm having with you, you'll be stimulated at least to look into fasting. The rewards are not just temporary. I honestly believe the rewards are eternal. Well, there's more to come as I continue a series on fasting. I hope you'll be with me to the end.